What's up, guys? How you doing? Today, I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of a story. Um, Look, it's related to, I suppose, when you hear the term, like when you hear someone say, or you might have thought it about yourself, like, I'm lazy, or someone might have told you that you're lazy, so you believe it, whatever it might be. Like the term laziness is an interesting one because like way back, like when I was 18 years old, like I was working. This was my first full time job. Um, it wasn't the most glamorous. It was in a factory, and like I was a bit of a naive kid. I didn't really try too hard, and wondered why people were having a go at me, but because they felt I wasn't actually putting in effort. And as you sort of go through life, like yeah, and you become more emotionally sort of mature, and you start to sort of value things a bit more. Like you start to see and learn the lessons like people were telling you back when you were that young. Like some of the lessons I got from my were from my most unpleasant experiences. So, don't take it for granted. Like, if you have an unpleasant experience, take away something from it. Like, you might not, you might have that as sort of like emotional attachment to it. And that's what caused me to like hold on for so long and like just like oh they'll just being bastards or whatever. Like oh I don't deserve this blah 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 blah. And the truth of the matter is I probably did. I deserve for someone to give me a kick in the butt because they knew I was capable of more. And now that I sort of look on back on that, and that's a good thing. And now that I'm sort of getting into like I've been involved in personal training for the last 8 years. I started way back in 2007, where like back then it was a bit of a sort of feeling out process, and like there were times where like I really was lazy, but really like now that I sort of think back, it was just a growing involvement of me gaining confidence to do the things I wanted to do. And it's quite evident with people like when you hear the term laziness, or you might think of someone's lazy, you might even think of yourself as lazy. You know, I really do. I'm a big solid believer in this that the look of laziness uh, tends to come from a lack of confidence, and therefore that's why a person may seem lazy because they just lack the confidence to give things a real shot. So, thinking of it that way, it's like, and I sort of look back on the last sort of 10, 15 years for myself. Like there are a lot of mistakes that I've made, but a lot of mistakes teach you lessons about yourself. They tend to make you grow more mature and make wiser decisions. And on the path I'm very happy with on the path I'm on now, even though I've made those mistakes. Like very early in my business life, I got to a reasonable income very quickly, involving myself in personal training, and I sort of let it all slip away because I was distracted. Like I had a lot of different opportunities come up at the time, and I tend to lose focus. The one thing that was most important, that was generating my income at the time. So looking back on that, like I'm just about to go into my next PT job, which is at Genesis Fitness in Berwick, and I'm going in there with a really clear focus, like a really really clear mind on what I want to get out of it and how I want to do things. That are basically distraction free. Because remember, even though you may reach a solid point financially, or you reach opportunities in your business career, whatever it might be. Like, it's one thing it can be is a distraction or a test to see what your resolve is really like in focusing on the thing that actually got you there in the first place, in my case, I actually lost focus a number of times on the main thing that was getting the job done at the time. And I become distracted by this other stuff, and therefore the thing that was causing me to succeed dropped off. And knowing that now and sort of learning that those lessons have really helped with my mindset and understanding exactly what I need to do and not making the same mistakes again. So reflect back, have a think back on the last sort of 10, 15 years, and you sort of realize, and as the old saying goes, you never realize how far you've come until you look behind you. We're so focused on going forwards, we forget how far we've come. Like, I have a look at some of the kids these days, and 18, 19, 20-year-olds are a hell of a lot more mature and switched on than I was when I was that age. I have great admiration for that. But at the time, like, people grow and mature at different rates. There were some 18-year-olds back then where when I was 18 that may have had their head switched on a little better than what I did. So be it. Like, everyone grows at different rates, and I'm cool with that. Have a bit of a think about that one. It's some really, really cool lessons that I've learnt. Hope I've shed some light on something you can use and some reflective stuff that can help you sort of clarify the direction you're going, and like what happened before, like in your past, was always a lesson to where you are now. So although you don't live in your past, you have to take a responsibility for it and to own it and to learn from it, and therefore to be able to push forwards to bigger and better things. So take care. Happy Saturday night. Enjoy your weekend, and God bless. I'll see you soon.